With Wave 2 of Mega Evolutions coming this weekend and a brand new set of collection boxes expected to hit the market this Friday and this weekend, now might be a good time to sell some of the cards that you've been holding on to. But don't worry, on this channel, I'm going to tell you not only when to sell now, but when you should buy back in the future, whenever you can go and get even more value for the stuff that you just sold or stuff that's lagging behind. But for now, let's focus on the 10 cards that I'm going to be looking to move heading into the end of the month and into November. But what's up, guys? My name is Steve. This is Still City Stacks. If this is your first time in, welcome in. If you're a returning person, welcome back. Thank you to everybody for watching this video and clicking on it. I enjoy doing these little rapid fire sessions. It seems like you guys enjoy these as well, so I'm very happy to do it. Let's begin by asking ourselves why. Why is now a good time to sell? Now, I mentioned before that not only is Wave 2 of Mega Evolutions coming out, but we are seeing more collection boxes of various sets stuffed in these boxes come out later this weekend. And how much is exactly coming in, and where's this basis coming from for this video? Well, I've been very adamant on this channel that I do not have distribution. I've been telling you guys to go and listen to people that have distribution so that they know exactly what is coming out. But I'll tell you one thing, I don't have distribution, but I do have eyes and ears. And with those, I'm able to watch YouTube videos and I'm able to hear from people like Danny Phantom, like Anon TCG, like Cardinal Gaming, to know that there's a significant amount of product coming in. And while there's only 40% of the original allotment of Mega Evolutions coming in, there are a lot of premium collection boxes coming in that are going to house Mega Evolutions, Destined Rivals, and Surging Sparks for the most part, with some Journey Together and some Twilight Masquerade. But the three big sets are Destined, Surging, and Journey Together. Well, and Mega Evolutions, excuse me. So we're going to be focusing on those sets. Now, I'm not saying that you guys need to go and like just, drop all your product all willy-nilly or something like that. Like, be smart. But at least use this as kind of like a guideline on some of the cards that I think you should focus on selling now before things end up getting worse. And you can just buy back in later if you feel like that's an option for you into the future. But with that said, let's get into it. So we are going to start this off by talking about the Bulbasaur from Mega Evolutions. And no, I'm not talking about the stamped promo. I'm talking about the regular illustration rare, number 133 out of 132. This card currently is going for about $23.29 on TCG Player, but is selling for slightly more on eBay at $25 to $32. Now this one is part of the triple set, and you can see on the graph that I kind of throw in these videos that the price is slowly coming down. And I think personally, with everything that's about to come out, we're going to see a lot more of the Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur hit the market because people know that those cards are going to be very, very valuable. And I think in particular, the Bulbasaur, given its price point, is going to be a popular target for people to go after because it's an original starter Pokemon and it's the first that you were going to need in order to complete this set. So be on the lookout for that. I think this one is a good one to kind of like hop off of for now that you can pick up later on. Number 2, we are going to stick in the same set with Mega Evolutions, and we are actually going to jump up to the Mega Kangaskhan EX SIR, number 182 out of 132. This one is selling for about $86, $89, somewhere in that range on TCG Player, but on eBay, you can get $86 to $115. Now, that's a pretty big gap. And let me say now with this one, because this is the first example of stuff that I found, typically higher valued cars sell for more on eBay because you can put pictures on them and it's just a lot easier to see kind of like the damage and stuff like that, and people pay a premium for cards like this on eBay. So I personally think that this is not as popular as a Mega. I've mentioned I like this one quite a bit, but I think there's going to be so much more product added in Mega Evolutions that you guys are going to have a great opportunity to probably buy back in at about $60 or $50 and take the profits now, especially if you can sell on eBay to get back in later to complete your master set or just add to your personal collection, whatever it might be. I just think that this card right now is very overvalued because there's not a lot of Mega Evolutions on the product, and there's almost half of that product is about to get shoved right back in the market. So just be careful with this one. So I'm not going to lie, these next couple ones are probably going to ruffle some feathers and hit really close to home to you guys. But for number 3, I'm going to talk about the Team Rocket's Nidoking EX SIR number 233 out of Destined Rivals. Yes, I am going that far. Currently, this card is selling for $125 on TCG Player, but is selling for 135 to 150 on eBay right now. This card has gone nothing but up since its release. And don't mind the pre-release, like arrow downwards. From release, this card has done nothing but gain value. It has to come back down eventually. Just like it just does not make sense. There's currently 62 available on TCG Player, and again, this is a premium card. Look on eBay; it's probably a better idea. But I like to use TCG Players kind of like the baseline. I just don't think this card has that much more room to grow before it eventually crashes. And if we really get this much Destined Rivals product, there's a good chance that we could see double the amount of Nidoking EXs on the market, or the SIRs on the market. And again, I think you can take some profits now and just buy back in later, especially if you're like, if you're trying to like grade or something like that, different story. But if you're just a collector and you just want the card in general, you can sell it now, make some money, and then just buy back in later. I just think this one's such an obvious play that I have not seen anyone talk about. Continuing on with the heat, we are talking about number 4, Team Rocket's Mewtwo Gold card, number 240 out of 182. This one's selling for $69 on TCG Player, but again, following the theme here, about $75 to $98 on eBay for a gold card right now. Now, I have no idea if this is because gold cards are suddenly popular now, but I just think that in Scarlet Violet, the gold cards got drugged through the mud, and all of a sudden this card's suddenly starting to do like a lot better now. I don't get that one. It's insanely more valuable on eBay right now. This card will come down with all the product that's coming on the market. Like, you can say what you want. The gold cards are hard to pull, sure. I just don't see people wanting them as much. I think there's a little value, like too much value here for sure. And again, you can buy back in a lot later, especially if we're really ending like this bubble and everything else. It could really just fall right back down to earth. And you guys could just buy back in later whenever the market decides to do its full crash or correction. Again, number 5, we're sticking on brand. We are talking about Ethan's Typhlosion IR, number 190 out of 182, selling for $35 on TCG Player, and about 34 to 41 on eBay. There's not that much juice to be squeezed on the eBay side of things, but there's about 65 of these selling per week. It's a very, very liquid card. IRs are typically a lot easier to pull than SIRs and gold cards. And I think this card is going to be flooded onto the market. It's just a feeling. The price has been plummeting on this one for sure. It's a very strong IR. I've actually pulled 2 of these, and I sold both of them quite a while ago because I just thought the value was worth too much. And it turns out it hasn't dropped that much since when I pulled it all the way back in early June. This card needs a reset. I don't think it's a $35 card right now, especially while it's in print for just an IR like this, especially with all the controversy that Typhlosion had before. This one just doesn't make sense to me. I'd probably move off of this one if I could. Number 6, we are moving to the GOAT herself, Cynthia, talking about Cynthia's Roserade IR number 184 from Destined Rivals. This one's selling for about $17.75 on TCG Player and about $18 to $22 on eBay. Now, I want you guys to hear me very, very clearly here. I love this card. I do. I think it's fantastic. I have sold 6 or 7 of these cards. I actively go and look for them because I know they're very popular and I know they're going to sell and I know I can make some money off of them. And that's just, the business that I have. However, I'm looking to buy some of these for my own collection in the future. I just think the price is entirely too high. Follows the same principle as the Ethan's Typhlosion. I really think this card is probably going to fall to some degree. It might be a $10 card, might be a $12 card here very, very, very soon. And you can pick it up then. Go make your percentages now and buy back in later because I think this is going to be a very solid illustration rare moving forward. Just not right now. Not at this point in the late October and almost into early November 2025. It's just that doesn't make sense for it to be an almost $22 card still. Like, get out of here. Number 7, I'm going to cheat just a little bit. I'm talking about every single full art Pokemon that is in Destined Rivals that is an ultra rare card. Now, please hear me correctly. We are talking the Team Rocket's Mewtwo, the Ethan's Typhlosion, the Ethan's Ho-Oh, the Team Rocket's Persian, the Arven's Mabostiff. All of these cards, I'm going to just bombard them up here on screen. All of these cards are falling like rocks. I couldn't find one of them that was like holding a price whatsoever. There are some that are worth like $10. There are some worth $5. some worth $4, even $2, even $1. Unless, and I'm going to be very specific here, if you are close to finishing a master set, don't listen to this. Go buy and go finish it. Do what you want before things get crazy. Just finish it. Trust me. I'm trying to finish Surging Sparks. I get it. I totally get it. But if you're nearing, or excuse me, if you're like halfway through trying to get a master set of Destined Rivals, just wait a little bit. Give it like 3 weeks to maybe like 6 weeks and see what the prices of these cards look like. It's not much because we're talking like in the single to like maybe double digit figures here. But if you can save some money, it might save you some money towards that Team Rocket's Moltres. I cannot find one of these cards that's holding its price right now. It's probably just time to liquidate it. If you're a common collector and you think you can get it later, I'm right there with you. I can definitely buy these later at way cheaper prices. Number 8, we are swapping to Surging Sparks, talking about one of my favorite cards from the set, the Latios IR number 203 is selling for $33 on TCG Player again, somehow, don't know how. eBay is selling for about $33 to $40 right now, which is crazy. The price is climbing to an all-time high again, which again, I don't understand that one. There's too much Surging Sparks in the market. There's over 1,100 booster boxes available on the secondary market on TCG Player. There's more product of these coming in the premium box sets. This card's going to be very liquid. It's going to be very, very plentiful here very soon. I was able to pick this card up for $21 like 3 or 4 months ago, whenever we had the first big reprint of Surging Sparks. I'm telling you guys, you can wait on this one. I just made a video talking about some of the Surging Sparks cards, how I think that they're worth the investments. The SIR, Hydreigon, and the Feebas, I think those ones are still good pickups, right? Because, you can't go wrong with like a $7 Feebas or, the Akira Ekawa Hydreigon EX. But some of these cards in Surging Sparks, and there's another one we'll talk about, I think you could just wait on for sure. So let's get into it. Number 9, the last one from Surging Sparks, talking about the Ceruledge IR number 197, selling for $18.82 on TCG Player, about $22 to $25 on eBay. This one, it's kind of the same thing as the Latios IR. I just don't believe this card is really worth it at the current moment. There's just too much Surging Sparks on the market right now to pay this price for really, any of the specific illustration rares outside of the ones that are, again, like single digits, like, the Vibrava or the Spheal, or I think the Spheal is still single digits, but the Stunfisk, stuff like that you can buy for like $1, $2, or $3 or $4 or whatever. But this one, again, just wait for it to come down to like $12, $13, $14, $15. I mean, it's not that big of a drop, but I was able to get it down there too. And I firmly believe Surging Sparks is going to continue to fall because they're just going to print it into the absolute ground here very soon and throughout 2026. So please keep this in mind. Just be smart with Surging Sparks on the specific cards that you're getting. And I'm not trying to contradict myself from the last video. I just want you guys to understand that you have to be very careful with the individual cards that you're talking about and how popular they are and how liquid they potentially could be. So I saved the absolute best for last, and this is talking about, oh boy, hold on guys, the Charizard SIR number 234 from Paldean Fates. Yes, I am talking about another Akira Ekawa card. This one is going to fall significantly because I've seen it with my own two eyes. There's a lot of Paldean Fates that has officially hit the market. I've seen single packs of this stuff. I've seen tech sticker collections of this. I've seen pretty much everything that you can think of, especially a lot of the booster bundles, and they're selling for a lot of money right now at my local card stores. But the fact that there's this much product out there, I just have a feeling this card is going to continue to drop. And you can see from the graph on this video, it's starting to drop very sharply. And I think this one is going to have a good bit of run. I think the Bubble Mew also is just way too valuable, but I didn't want to touch that one because that's a lot of money and I'm not trying to like influence like a card like that. I just think this one in particular is going to be able to get down to a point where it's going to allow people to invest and collect into it, myself included. I really want this card, but I'm not willing to pay the $285 on TCG Player, nor the $275 to $325 on eBay. Sell this card on eBay right now and buy it back when it hits $220 or $200. just have this feeling it's definitely going to hit this point, and people are probably going to start liquidating some of their cards from this set because there's just so much product that's going to hit the market here very, very soon. So just be on the lookout for that. I just think this one it's not a no-brainer, but it definitely stuck out to me, and I'm like, now's the time to mention it in the video, absolutely, because again, you're going to have an opportunity in the future, near future, where you can get it for a lot cheaper. All right, guys, so that was 10 cards that I am looking to sell off of right now, or to just stay away from if you don't have any cards that I just mentioned. Now, everything I just listed, right, none of it is financial advice, literally whatsoever. I'm just making content to you guys because I'm trying to give you as much information as I can from stuff that I see, while also being entertaining in the process. Because again, this is a channel of truth and transparency and honesty and all that fun and good stuff, because I want you guys to be able to enjoy this hobby as much as I do. And I want to help guide you guys into some of the things that we can potentially move into or stay away from and get back into in the future. So be on the lookout for more future videos in the future where I'm talking cards that I'm looking to get and cards that I'm looking to sell. And also be on the lookout for the what do I call it? The Pokemon Market Pulse series, where I go through sealed product and you guys can see how much product is hitting the market, how much is leaving, what it's selling for, and what the percentage drops or gains look like. We're going to be doing that every single week moving forward. So be sure to look out for that. It's probably going to drop every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Again, if you're interested, give it a look. Promise it's some good stuff. But for now, that's it. This is not a 10 in 10 series. This one ran a little bit longer, so I wanted to give a little bit more explanation because it's about selling rather than actually buying stuff, where I can kind of just throw like quick hitters at you guys. For this one, it needs a little bit more explanation. And you know, it always requires that because we're in such a hot market right now, and selling stuff is, you know, again, a little contradictory. It's okay to take some profits. It's okay to take your stuff and move into something else that you might be interested in. So just keep that in mind. Please, please, please keep that in mind and be mindful of the content that you consume. If you guys found the content actionable, entertaining, and enjoyable, hit the like button down below. Subscribe for more content, share this with your friends. Literally every button you guys press on any one of our videos definitely helps out, and I see it. I've had videos, like recent videos, blow up because people are clicking the like button and sharing it with your friends or whoever, and I really appreciate that. So again, hit the buttons, do the things. I will see you guys in the next one when we talk about some good market stuff.